Hello everyone, and welcome to Jumperman Tech, where we specialize in HVAC. We do everything DIY, and today we have a follow-up service call for a Hoshizaki ice maker. Thank you to everyone tuning into Jumperman Tech. Today we have a follow-up service call for a Hoshizaki ice maker. As you can see, this is a dual unit, so it's two package units into one giant bin. We were doing the preventive maintenance here just the other week, and we noticed that there was something faulty here. Just took off this front cover over here. On this side is a separate machine from that side. It's completely identical. What happened to the electrical panel, at least the cover for it, who knows. But anyways, what I noticed here is that the evaporator coil inside there, this evaporator here, was completely frozen over, and that is because at some point the water just stops working and the pressures get really low, and if you can't have water flowing across that coil, ice is not going to drop, and it's just the whole thing. So here you can see there's a water pump. What's cool is I changed these two hoses on the right side, but look how gross those look. I did pick up some new hoses for here. This is your float switch, and today's task is going to be to replace this pump, which is going to be cool. And also, this does work, but just look at the condition of it. It is so bad. I'm going to show you guys a picture so you guys can see it a little bit better, but that thing's got to go. For this switch here, in the middle position where it's looking straight, it's in the off position. To the left would be ice mode, to the right would be wash mode. To change that solenoid valve, I would need to close the main water. So over here, I'm just gonna push this in the middle position. So now it's off. Let's begin this madness. All right, so I got the new pump motor over here. This came fully assembled. I have changed stuff like this before, but the motor, the pump, the gaskets, all that stuff, the impellers, all that stuff came separate, and this did come with the capacitor. It's a 5.5 microfarad capacitor, so the wait time on this exact pump was quite a while, and I needed this right away. So I picked up this one. It's not Hoshizaki, it's made by IMM, but I have bought some stuff from them before, and it's pretty good. Got some hoses there. Change this setup so this is all clean, and you should see what it looked like before. And here is the water reservoir from here. So you see this tube right here that goes into the pump. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is dump the water in the tank, and for this style of machine you can pull it out through there. So I'm gonna get a garbage bag, do something that can fit in there, and dump the water just by simply pulling it out. So this side is all filled up, this side is not, because only this side is working. So to get this bag in here, I hope you guys can see this. I'm gonna get this bag in here. You know what, hold it like this, Chris. I got Chris helping me while we're waiting on a different job right now. Just hold that side so when I pull this thing doesn't just go crazy. So we're gonna dump the tank right now. I'm gonna pull this and we're gonna shoot water out. Make sure it's going in the bag, all right? Yeah. So right there, we're dumping the tank. You don't want to start disconnecting stuff here, and then the water is just gonna get everywhere. So we're gonna dump all this water. And we have one side of the pump already disconnected. That's a beautiful thing right there. All right. I pulled this pump out before. So this right here is a float switch. This is gonna be in your way. So you wanna pull out this rubber boot and pull. If you did that also with the water tank, you're gonna have water shooting out of there, so you wanna get that out the way. Let's put that to the side. You know what, Chris? Yes. You could also clean this while you're out there. All right? So now over here, we got that switch, float switch. It's gonna determine your ice cycle. So what you can do is, just because I would pull this out because we're gonna change it anyways, but you can kind of leave it there. Over here you can see there's actually a marking here, and that tells you exactly where this goes on here, because you can adjust the level, and that will adjust your ice cycle. So you want that in the same place. So you got to mark it. I would suggest you do that. You want to put that back in the same exact position, because then you're not going to know what's going on. So we'll take the screws out there, and this is pretty much out the way. You could leave it hanging and you can pull out the pump, cool, whatever, but I will be changing those hoses. Next, we got 2 hoses coming out of the pump, where we could take out this screw here, which is not doing anything, I see. Cool. And see, once that's out and that's out, now this pump can be free to move. So now we got these 2 hoses to take it to disconnect. So let's take this out for a second, right? So we got these 2 hoses. It's fairly simple. You just want to know what goes where. So take a picture so you know. So you're just gonna see this, squeeze it, bring it down, and you know, work the hose off. I'm gonna do that on that side, and then I'm gonna do it on this side. Squeeze, pull that off, boom, and we are free. Clean up around there a bit, and now we can get to it. But don't forget, we got 4 wires here. We have a green, red, blue, and black. The green is, or at least should be, your ground. Hey, this looks pretty identical. It's just this base is slightly different, that's all. Let's see. So as far as this, let's take off this clip, take off the hose, and put the hose on this one. Okay, get that on there. Beautiful. There's actually a IMM hose too. So we're just gonna bring it over here, have that clipped. Then we can connect this one. Just identical places. We're gonna connect this hose. The way you took it out, you're gonna put it back in, basically in reverse. You gotta get the length right on this. Let's see if we can do it. But basically, you just gotta get this hose on here. Sometimes this is a little tricky.
2,000 years later.
There we go. Let's even that out a bit. There we go. That's in there. Perfect. Put the clip on. Cool. Now put this side, make sure it's pushing through. Yes. Then let's get this hose back on there. Yes, yes, yes. Oh yes, that's the beautiful thing right there. We're just gonna have to secure this pump properly, but there we go. Okay, that, push this clip, tighten it down. Got the original hose from Hoshizaki, which is awesome. And it's gonna match, it's gonna look so much better. Look at the color difference on that. Even this thing's gross. I think I have some pictures of what these hoses look like before too. I'll share that with you guys. Let's just swap these out before we put anything back. That looks nice. As far as this, you could just pretty much pull this off, match it up to size, and cut it with a pair of scissors. While I'm working over here, Christian's actually gonna change the hoses for this ones too. They're pretty gross, and if you look closely, this is all cracked over here, this float assembly. That somebody just tightened the screws too much and this thing cracked, and it's just in bad shape. So I actually got the original part. You have to dump the water in the tank and just quickly swap this out. Follow this wire to the control board, plugs in and out, and that's it. Which plug is it actually? I'm pretty sure it's K5. This one right here, that one's a little bit different. It has a like a beige color or gray. So let's dump the water. You're good to go, and you swap that out while I change this out. Got the new hoses there. It's all matching. Oh man, it looks so much better. Let's go ahead and mount this. You see where the marker is? It was already there, so I'm gonna make sure it's in the same spot, and we just put the same hoses back on, and we're gonna be all right. Let's just put this back together. All right, just gonna get this rubber boot on. Come on. that on there evenly. I want to clean the inside over there. Now, make sure this pump is in place. That inside there, the boot goes on the bottom. I'll show you guys a little bit clearer later on. Push that there so at least it stays a bit. Let's get the right screws. You don't want to go too crazy here either. Line it up. Oops. Line it up. Don't forget this stuff is plastic. Don't go nuts. This hose is out of the way. Make sure this is complete right there. I want to end it off with a screwdriver. Okay. That's that. Push that in. This little breather line here. Let's get that on there. Oh, that's nice. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing. That on there. All new hoses. Oof, that's nice. Hope you guys can see, but over here, back there, there's the line right there, and there's like a little tube there. You see that little tube? You're just gonna push that in and make sure that's in there so it feeds with the water tank. So as the water level drops, because it's making ice, that'll determine your ice cycle and all that good stuff. Next, what we can do is right here, connect this side. Over there was some silicone somebody put because that thing actually cracked and it just completely discolored. There's not really much you could do without just getting rid of it and redoing that. Honestly, we're gonna take this boot here that feeds the tank water to the pump. Just gonna basically just push this in like this, and let's get things lined up so we know exactly where the pump is gonna be. Just push it in, that's all. I'll show you an example. So I'm doing this with one hand. Push it in, that's it, and you're gonna do the same for that side. There you have that. Oh, that's a beautiful thing right there. We're gonna neaten everything up after, and then we just gotta figure out these wires. But it looks like everything is color coded. I just hate how these wires just travel like this. Like the cover just goes on it. There's no like hole that you can go through. I don't know why they did that, but thanks, Hoshizaki. All right, guys, let's follow this wiring. It's all taped up. We got these little clips here. I'm just gonna loosen that up. Oh, so crispy. That thing freaking broke. Oh, what a mess. Oh, there's some wires here. Looks like this thing has been replaced before. Let's open these little clips. There's some wire nuts here, actually. This was replaced already. Goes into this plug here. Yeah, all right, well, we're just gonna match it up. Red with red, blue with blue, black with black, and green to green. Yeah, the green just goes onto the framing here. It is what it is. And then we're gonna follow this into here and see which one. Is it this? I think it's this. So it's red, blue, and black coming in, but going out of it is red, blue, and white. Red, blue, and white. Okay. And where is that? Why is this thing such a mess in here? Oh man. Where's the capacitor for this thing? Oh, must be this little one right here. If you look through it, right there, this little piece right here. This right here, that's got to be the capacitor. That's the only that makes sense. What does that say? 5.5 microfarads. Yes, sir. One screw, two wires. Two wires. The red and blue. So red and blue is capacitor, and the black is power. All right, let's get to it. Got all the colors here. What I'm pretty much gonna do is just match up the wire colors, and that's pretty much it. Wire nut them, and that's it. For the fact that this one wasn't cut, I think they cut them to like check for power or something, but you know, could have put your leads in here or check, whatever. Anyways, let's just wire this up color for color, make it neat. Got some cable ties, it should be all right. Christian's out here changing this piece with the hoses, and we're gonna be all right. All right, everything is now connected. Did the wiring, goes up here, goes up a little neatly, and we just matched up all the colors there. And the last thing is we got this little capacitor, 5.5 microfarads. It has one screw, and pretty much we're just gonna take that off, put the same two wires back, the red and the blue. And as far as the pump, it will be complete. Got my little stubby Klein screwdriver. Oh yes, that's getting in there now. Oh yes, gotta have the right tools for the job, or you're gonna be stuck. There's always that one screw from hell that ruins your day. Anyways, right there. Let's give us a better view. Yes, it will. 5.5. Take them off one by one. You could even discharge it, but that thing is dead. Right there. Camera died out a little bit, but anyways, just put one screw on there, two wires back. Whole pump motor assembly is complete. Everything looks nice and clean with the new hoses as well. This is our water inlet valve, the water solenoid. So that's over here. Main water comes in through here, and then when it calls for water, got two wires, it will energize this solenoid and it will allow water to pass through into the system. So for this one, if you're gonna pull out this pipe, you better shut off the main water. So main water is up here. I'm gonna close the valve. Right, valve is closed. So now all this going through into the system is shut off. So I'm gonna disconnect the two wires. Where can I get a magnet here? Anyways, we're gonna disconnect our two wires. There's also some wires going across here. Take off the two wires, disconnect this right here. You could just screw that off, unclip this, remove that, and change that. It's super simple to change. All right, so I took off this clip, and we could just pull off that rubber boot, but let's free up this water first. Let's see, do I need a, can I do this by hand? A lot of times these aren't that tight at all. Yeah, you see I could do it by hand. You know, I might want to protect this little area for a second. I don't want those connections really getting wet. I might just put this just because. It'll be fine either way. But anyways, it might be hard to see this a little bit. I'm just gonna loosen this up here. You see that? There's gonna be some water there, and let's hope that valve holds. I might get splashed a little here. It shouldn't be too bad. Actually, what you could do as well, in this case, you could actually open up the water here, and we could drain this system. But whatever. Let's do it. Not every ice machine has that. Alright. Let that go in the bag. That ain't much over there. This is now disconnected. And you can pull this off. Careful with these rubber boots. Also remember, you might want to get a tall ladder, get up here, take off this cover, get to the electrical. There's just two little connectors there. No big deal. I might just do it like this because I don't have a tall ladder with me. And then I could just pull this out. Alright. Oh, there we go. There you have it. Oh man, this thing is plugged. The screen on here is plugged. This is gonna work a lot better. Let's make sure this is the same thing. I mean, according to the manufacturer, they said it's the same. Yeah, it looks about the same. Cool. All right, that might be a little better of a view as far as this. I'm just gonna reverse the process. I'm gonna push in this rubber. Okay, perfect. Right there. Could even all things are a bit loose. Get these wires back in. You kind of do want to do this from above, but listen, you'll be all right. It ain't the end of the world. Okay, push this wire on. Come on. Here we go. That's on there. Okay, this little clip, squeeze it, go against the pipe. And as long as this is the same size, yes it is, all right. It was correct. It just looked a little different because of the colors. Let's see if I get my hand here. I'm pretty much just gonna tighten this up right here. Okay. I'm gonna be all right. All right, just because I'm a nice guy, I'm gonna change their filter. That's what the color should look like. All right. Since the water's already off, these really shouldn't be that tight. I should take this off by hand. Oof, there we go. Actually opened that so it drained a bit. Open that, got a little bag underneath. All right, that's done. Could do it, maybe just rinse this out real quick. Actually, it's pretty clean. Just the water's dirty. Chris, you over there? Let's just throw this out. All right. Here's the new filter. It is very simple change. Drop that in there. There's like a little hole there where it kind of lines up on the bottom. Do the same for here. Screw that on. By hand works. And open the water. Not too fast. Let it fill. All right, we got a clean filter. New solenoid valve. Nothing's leaking. New pump motor assembly. Everything's wired. New hoses. Got the new flow switch here with new hoses as well. Everything looks nice and clean. We're just gonna turn this on, test everything. But that's pretty much how you do it. And we're gonna wrap this one up here. If anyone found this video interesting or helpful, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe as I come out with new videos every week. And I'll catch you all next time.